Hi, let's wait 1 minute for other people who are still joining. My name is Amadeusz Bartelt, and today I will present you something about increasing the basket value. Still a few seconds for other people to join. And yeah, if they join later, it's their thing. Okay, so my name is Amadeusz Bartelt. Here I'm responsible in Dealavo for consulting and for the product. And today I decided to make this presentation more interactive. So the title is as you see, but you'll be able to vote for which topic you want me to go into details. If you want later for me to go through your website as an example, also you can send it on a chat. It will be no problem to do some ad hoc analysis during the webinar. So let's start with this. Of course, here you can see the QR code that you can as I said in Dealavo, I'm responsible for the product and consulting. Before I was working for Gillette, Procter & Gamble. I was designing Hyperloop for SpaceX. And also I was responsible for the safety trainings in Krav Maga school. So if one day we meet somewhere, there are some areas for the small talk already, because like SpaceX is a buzzword recently. So yeah, I will be happy to talk about this. But of course, most of my experience I got from the corporations and now from Dealavo. Considering what Dealavo does, of course, we have two pieces of software. First is price monitoring, the most important one, that you tell us which products to monitor, where to monitor, and we are looking for all the offers of this product that you give us, and we find them, we gather them, we do the matching of the proper offers with the proper products, and we provide them in either the online tool or in the API, up to you what you want to use, but you will have the data. But of course, only data is not a solution for all the problems. Of course, it's also good to use some automation, because as you probably know, almost everybody has Google Analytics added to their websites, but they are not using it. They are not analyzing data. They are not taking any insights. So the same is with price monitoring. If you have prices of competitors, it's not enough. You have to do something with this. So either you are adjusting the prices in Excel, what is not super efficient and can make some mistakes, can cause some mistakes, but also it's good to have some automation. So what we do, we provide also repricing, dynamic pricing, etc., whatever you call it, a tool that will adjust the prices automatically based on your price monitoring data, but also on the strategy that you provide in this repricing tool. But of course, you have to have the strategy in place. So if you have this, is really great. But if you need some help, we are here also to support you with my other team of consulting, and we can either lead some topics for you. We can tell you what from this list is the most important, or if you have some head of pricing manager in place and you need support, you can just outsource us some tasks that we will do for you. So we can either lead or help your team. And in the strategy, of course, it's really important to know which products you should sell. I will go into this later in more details. You have to analyze, and you have to understand which products are gathering traffic, which are complementary, which are giving you margin. You have to have proper roles for the rules for the roles. You need to have some actions that are increasing the basket. You need to know with whom you're competing. You have to know how to promote the product. So there are quite a lot of things that you have to do If you don't have it, probably you will have good price monitoring, you will have some strategies, but usually when I see people without pricing strategy, what they do is they say, I want all my products to be the cheapest on the market. Of course, we force you to set the minimum margin so you will not go below your cost price and you will not be losing money, but this is not the best strategy. You can do better. So in Dealavo, we provide everything as you see, price monitoring, we provide you data about the competitors' offers. Then we help you to automate your decisions to strategy with price changes. And we also help you to create proper strategy. And now with this topics that I said about the strategy, sorry for those noises, that is my presentation making. I will work on them to turn them off. So basically, as I said, you need to have the proper selection of the product. So you need to, if some people are looking for the products, you probably should have them, those products in your category to attract people to come to your website. Because let's say that you have products that nobody's wanting to buy and you have some really, really not common products in the market. So nobody will be coming to your store. You will be not able to sell your products. Nobody will even be visiting your website. So even ads will be not successful. You will be not able to do any cross sell. Probably it will fail, or it will be never successful. Maybe it will be some side income. But yeah, it's good to know what people are looking for to use it. On the other hand, you need also to identify your roles of the products. So let's say that you have 10,000 products, maybe 25, maybe 50,000 products in your website, and you need to know which products are gathering the traffic. So people are looking for it. There are bestsellers somewhere, and people are looking for the products in ads, in price comparison websites, maybe SEO. They are coming to your website. Which products are added as complementary products? So if your bestseller, if you are in electronics category, maybe a TV is this traffic builder, and you have to know that people, when they are buying TV, they are also buying a hanger, a wire, maybe other things. And you need to also know which products are nice to have in the basket in your website that people are adding because they are already making some shopping. So if you go to MediaMarkt, for example, and you go through all this line, you are at the cash register, you have those maybe light bulbs, maybe batteries, maybe some sneakers, Mars, and so on, some things that you weren't eager to buy in the beginning. You didn't go to the store to buy them. You weren't planning to buy them, but oh, if I'm here, if I'm spending so much money for TV, for a hanger, I will just take those light bulbs. I'm not comparing the prices. I just maybe one day will need it. So this is something to it's really important to know those roles of the products, because this is start for all the strategies. Later, you need to know which strategy to apply to which role of the product. So if this is a traffic builder, you should be cheap on the market. You need to have attractive prices to attract crowds. If you have complementary products, maybe the price should be a bit higher to have some margins. And for long tail, nice to have products, maybe the price should be high, maybe the margin should be average or something like this. Also, if people are coming to your website and they are buying this products, the traffic builders, they are not super interested in looking for complementary products. So people, when they are buying products, they usually do something more. So recent studies shows that people are buying mostly using the phone and watching some TV series. So they don't have this mental capacity to find matching products, and they are lazy to do this. So if for this TV you offer them, look, for this product you have this matching hanger and this wire, perfectly new one, and this and this and this product, they are more eager to buy it. You can increase your baskets, but don't expect people to look for those complementary products to buy them together. And also later you need to know which products to promote to attract people. So maybe don't promote batteries, don't promote those nice to haves, light bulbs, but promote TVs. Uh, sorry for those signs. I asked my tech team to turn them off. Okay. If you have any questions in the meantime, you can ask us here in the tool. You have the button to contact us. You can also write us on chat. You can write me later on LinkedIn, no problem. But if you have some questions to answer them right now, you can write them on chat. And sorry, my tech team is trying to work on this. So I will stop sharing. So if you have some questions in the meantime, you can write us on chat. I will be happy to answer. Exactly. Now you should see my screen again. Sorry for those technical problems for a second. Still some. And now, if somebody is brave, you can submit your link to the store, because I will be making audit now. So if you want me to go through your website now, you can send a link. If no, we will look for something that is matching your categories and the topic, as I said in the beginning, that you can choose it. So if somebody is brave enough, you can send me on chat a link. If no, let's go through the voting. As I said, you will be able to choose the proper category of the products of the shop that you want to see. So once again, if you are not here, please log in and let's start the voting. So there are a few categories. There is electronic, sports, kids, children, home, drugstore, cars, automotive. And I just want you to choose which category to concentrate on, because I want this webinar to be as close to your needs as possible. So I started the voting. Let's close this, not to. Okay. Electronics won. And now the question is, what do you want to hear about? So also, if you didn't join, you can still join with this QR code. And let's start the voting. You can listen about the competitor selection, product roles, activating slow-moving products, increasing basket value, optimizing advertising budgets, or presenting promotions. Okay. Majority of you decided to listen about increasing value of the basket. This is a really great topic. I will be happy to say something about, but later, of course, if we have time, we can say something more about the competitor selection or about slow-moving products. Okay, so electronics and increasing basket value. So let's do something like this. Let's look at the bestsellers here on Idealo and choose some website based on this. So, of course, here you have some products that are already popular, but what I like to do often is to look at the category and see here there are some electronics, and those are bestsellers from some electronics, mostly iPhones. Of course, if you want to look more into some particular category, maybe TVs, you can also see bestsellers, most popular first, exactly. So those are the most popular products on Idealo in TVs. One way to find bestsellers to your portfolio. And when I go to this Xiaomi, we will see some shops. Let's not take for the comparison Amazon, eBay, Kaufland, because those are marketplaces. but Xiaomi store should be good enough. So let's see how they are making this cross sell. And for the comparison, I will also open MediaMarkt because I believe that this is also something that is good to analyze. I will open it here. Okay. So let's check how Xiaomi is doing this cross sell. So I just want to go through one store first for the Xiaomi because it was the best seller product on Idealo. So we should look at the company that is having this bestseller, how they are doing the cross sell. And I know from my experience that usually media market is also doing the proper cross sell. So if we go through this, maybe we'll be inspired with something good to what we can do. Maybe first thing that I see that is this discount. This is not that I would do. I would show maybe some percentage discount, but not so much. Even more, I would show that you are saving 300 euro. This will be something that I see as the first thing. Maybe it's not from the cross sell, but it's good to see the whole picture here. Let's see. So I'm at this product. They are not telling me anything about the cross sell, and here I have bought together. So first thing that I see is that they are showing me my product and they are trying to convince me to buy headphones, power bank, ceiling light, air fryer. And now the question for you is: do you really think that they are often bought together? Like they don't match totally for me. So I would say that this is not a good recommendation to buy TV and air fryer. It doesn't match for me. And let's see. And recommended for me is another TV. Okay, they are trying to do some cross sell. They tried to sell me a phone, but let's look. I'm already paying 700, so they want me to upsell for 1500. It's quite a lot. Another phone, another TV, smartwatch. I would say that it's fail for the cross sell. They are trying. This is good, but this is fail. So let's add it to the basket. There was nothing to try to upsell me there. Here they are still trying to upsell me the same things. This is good that they are trying. This is good that this is per product, but this is totally random. And here you are also like this, some random products totally that they have in their store. So first try Xiaomi store, I would say it's a fail, bad example. Let's see how MediaMarkt is making the cross sell on Xiaomi. Maybe this is a bit different TV, but yeah, let's see with the TV that's Xiaomi. So going just a bit lower, we can see that here we have two options for the cross sell. This is some guarantees. Let's go further a bit, and maybe yeah. And going a bit lower, we can see other much better options for cross sell. You can see a hanger, as I said, and this is really good price for the hanger with this TV because it's below 10% of the initial price. If somebody is trying to make some upsell, they are usually eager to pay around 20%. So this is below. Maybe it could be a bit more expensive, but this is good. I think people can go to choose this product. There is some tripod for TV. There is some other hanger. Let's see if there is something else lower. Other TVs. Okay. Let's add this product to the basket. We have guarantee here. So we are not even in the basket. They are showing us some options for the cross sell. If we go further, we have hangers, tripod, other options for cross sell. And if we go to the basket, this is some old thing that I added. This is TV. We have guarantee and we have cross sell for every product that we added. Yeah. So, not for this TV, but as you can see, I already have in the basket Galaxy Tab tablet, Apple MacBook. So you can see what they try to cross sell for all of them, and those are really suitable cross sell options. So there is for tablet, there is a book cover, there is a charger. For computer, for MacBook, there is the mouse, headphones, some adapters. So this is much better cross sell than in case of Xiaomi, where they were trying to cross sell us for the TV for 700, some mm, some other things that are not really connected to this. Of course, it's nice that we have free shipping, but let's see how they show. Also, it's free shipping. I would say that MediaMarkt here is much better. Let's go to the presentation. We'll come back to this in a second. Yeah, if you want to check our data, you can scan this code, contact us. I will find proper slide to show you the cross-sell, because it's quite a lot of topics and I have to find it here. Cross-sell, present, here. So probably we covered some things here, but let's see. So as I said, it's good to show with the main product. If you know which product is traffic builder to make the cross-sell for it, you can find the most popular products that are on your website and start with them with the cross-sell. So as we saw before, for the TV here in this example, they are trying to sell soundbar. This is also a good choice. If we look at other industries, like a paper industry, you can also do some cross-sell. So for the paper, they are adding some this other things for the office, like pens, like binding equipment, either as a set or as a separately bought. As you can see, also they are trying to convince you to buy with the paper other papers, maybe the whole box, to make the upsell from one piece to many parts. But also they are trying to do something really good. So not only you can cross-sell other products, but maybe it's good to sell multi-pack of the product. And this is something that is a great example that a person came to one paper, one piece, one package of paper, and they are trying to sell the whole box. And when they try to sell the whole box, they are giving you the price per piece, but this part per piece is for 48 pieces here, where you have 25% discount. So what happens is that somebody comes for one box, but they see the price of the many multiple pieces. So they are coming mentally from this price, and they have to pay more the fewer products they want to buy. So it's really hard for them, for the client, to go from 13 to 17 pounds. Probably they will stay somewhere here, maybe here, where the number of pieces are still reasonable and the price is the best. Yes, so I would say that they are trying to sell you this package, not this. This is a huge gap between 8 and 48. I think it's really hard to sell it, but 8 boxes, this is a good price, attractive price, minus 16%. And going from this price, it's much easier to sell this, or to buy, to decide for the client to buy something like this than to buy this product. So multi-packs try to convince people to buy more. Another thing that they do here, I don't want to talk about morality of this. It's up to you, but they are showing the net price because this is B2B. So they do the price endings and everything for net prices. When you then buy gross prices, it's higher, yeah, including VAT. So this is something else to think about. After you add to the basket, you have this pop-up. So as you saw in MediaMarkt, it was quite similar. Here, you try once again to make the cross-sell, not only this big paper, but also don't forget to buy, because you will need probably in the future this and this and this. And social proof, customers also bought this and this and this envelopes, because they know based on their data what people are buying together. And this is something that I would recommend for you to do, and we do this also in consulting, to take the whole year, maybe even more data that you have, all the invoices, and check which products were frequently bought together and make this mapping. So first of all, have the roles of the products, find traffic builders, find which products are mostly bought in your store, which are attracting the crowds, maybe find top 20 of them, and then find complementary products based on your invoices, which products people are buying together, and add those recommendations to the product page. If you have technology on this pop-up, make some sets and make upsells in the basket. Of course, also in the cart, you can make upselling. You can try to convince people to change the quantity because look, here you have one product, it's this price, but you can still increase your number of pieces more to have bigger discount. But as I said, batteries, something that you always run out of. Staples, also something that you're always missing in the in your office. They're all the time trying to make some upsell. What they are doing here, not I would say very well, is trying to upsell you with the free shipping because they are just showing you some information that is not grabbing your attention, and people hate paying for shipping. So there is something that you can do to convince people to add something more to the basket. This is really great. So maybe they should say, okay, with this level, from this level, not only you have this discount, but you have also free shipping. It will even attract more people to do the upsell. Some other upsell options is that if somebody is trying to, if they reach this level of the basket with free shipping, they are usually not trying to get it bigger, but you can convince them and say, we'll have free gifts for you. And later we'll go how it works, but usually here, if you have this free shipping level from £89, you should try to convince people and make it bigger. And maybe there are some other options to make it even bigger. So the first thing is to show people where they are in their basket right now versus the free shipping. So showing them the progress bar is the best working way. So if you add this and this to your basket, you will have free shipping. People hate free shipping, so usually they are adding quite a lot of products just to get in this level. Of course, if you have too high this level, they will not try to reach it. It has to be achievable. But other thing is those threshold for freebies, as I said from the screen before. Maybe here is the free shipping, but here will be some free thing that you will get when you reach this level, and here another one. So when you make the analysis of your sales, the basket volume, the basket value, you will see that it's growing till the value of the free shipping. So the most, if it's set properly, of course, the most purchases you will have just above the limit of the free shipping, and then they are dropping. And to make this drop a bit smaller, to have some upsells later, you can add additional levels where you will be not giving free shipping, of course, because they already have this, but some free products. And this shop made it like this, that if you are buying over 89 pounds, or above 149, and so on, you will be getting free things. So here is also some uh, specific category of this paper things that people are buying in B2B. They are not spending their own money, but the freebies will be going to them. So if you have some office manager who is buying paper, you are trying to convince them to buy more and more for on one purchase, and you are trying to convince them with Haribo bears because they will get it for themselves. Of course, it can be different things, more convincing to the people who are buying. So if you are selling like bathroom things, you can try to convince them with some sprays for cleaning. If you are selling electronics, maybe those batteries, maybe something else can be convincing. Maybe some freebies that are, if you are selling perfumes, maybe you should convince them to, you will get them some sample uh, perfumes that maybe they will come back to you to buy them afterwards. So there are different ways to do this upsell. So if you are interested so far, you can scan this code. We can give you access to the app based on your data. You can check who are your competitors. We can make the integration with your ERP store. Maybe this is not for demo account, but for later. If you want to have some one-on-one with me, you can also apply to contact us, and we can have a talk. And now I want to ask if you have some questions about cross-sell before I go with some stories that I was recently telling our marketing team, and they found it quite helpful to understand the market. Okay, no questions so far, so I will stop presentation. I will find the proper slides that I skipped before, and now they are. So quite often when I talk to the companies, I see that there are really well-educated people, either e-commerce managers, pricing managers, whatever you call them, that are responsible for prices, but they are stuck. They are stuck on Excel. So the company provides them, if they provide price monitoring data, so prices of the competitors, and they are told, you manage, you set the proper prices, here is the Excel for you. So what they do, they put all this information from the price monitoring in Excel, they put their rules, they calculate price endings, they have to manage their minimum prices, so they have to provide another file with cost prices, calculate the margins. Quite complex thing for Excel, especially with all these commas, decimals that can really mix your prices and can make a date out of the price, what we know quite well. So the company hired an expert pricing manager, e-commerce manager, but they are using him as an operator of Excel. And of course, for this person is also not good because he's frustrated that he spends the whole day in Excel. He was employed to be somebody who is making the strategy, and he doesn't have time to look at the whole picture because he's stuck in Excel. But when we provide to them and we train them with repricing, then they are happy because they can forget about their Excel. They can provide this information, their strategy in repricing, and they are just checking if the prices are proper. So maybe they can manage the whole portfolio with repricing. Maybe they will still keep in Excel the top 20 products, and the rest will be managed by repricing. But altogether, they will have time to make the strategy. They will have time to develop their skills. They will be happier, and altogether the company will be thriving. So automation is not to replace this e-commerce manager, it's to give him time to be the one, to have the strategy, to put good strategies in place and to adjust them, because if they are stuck in Excel, they will not do anything productive because they will be frustrated, they will be angry that they have all the time those problems with Excel and they cannot scale it properly. Another problem that I see with the clients is that people are using the automation but without really clear logic. So they have different pricing tools for different distribution channels. They are working in their own silos. They are trying to do something, but it's not really well executing their strategies. So for example, they have the whole in on all the channels the same minimum prices, minimum margin, like let's say 18%, but they don't choose different competitors for each channel. They don't have adjusted margins for the channels. If they change the strategy, they change in one tool, then they have to go to another one, or maybe different people are using different tools, so they have to write email that, oh guy, you have to change the strategy for Amazon because we are changing for Otto, we are changing for our e-store. There is automation for marketing team, but they don't know that there is promotion, so it's totally a disaster. So what I see is to make the automation between the teams and preferably use one tool for the pricing. So you put the strategy in this tool, you make the automation, but you have the proper strategy going from the up to down. You have pricing line for the product roles, proper margins, different for every channel, adjusted competitors for those channels. You have the proper cross-sell strategy in place in your store, but also in your pricing strategies. So then you don't have to go and deal with emergencies, but you can tweak properly strategy for every one of your channels for the even per product, not to waste too much time on different uh, tools. Another example is that people think sometimes that the bigger rev, the better. And they are selling on multiple channels. They are happy with this because they are selling on Amazon, MediaMarkt, Mano Mano, Own Store, maybe Kaufland. They are having a lot of sales. Their revenue is good. They sell a lot. Their warehouse has a lot of work to do. But their pricing strategy is basically purchase price plus some margin. And with marketplaces, it is like this, that you probably will not have any cross sell. So what you said, the price, what margin you said, this is how much you will earn. So in your own store, you can try to have a bit lower margin to attract more people, to make the bigger cross sell, to earn on bigger basket. But with marketplaces, usually the baskets are one product. So when you are doing this, when you are having 5 channels, when your price strategy is like this is not very good. And also they have different fees, all those channels. Sometimes when you are selling for different country, they have another fees, like environmental fee. In Germany, when you are selling from Poland to Germany to Poland, you will have different fulfillment cost. You have also different cost of returns. It's really hard if you don't think about this to do this properly. But when you look at the only the revenue, this is, you are doing great. Yes, you are selling quite a lot on all those distribution channels, but the bottom line is that you are losing. So what I believe in, that you should make the analysis channel times market times product type, the product role, that you are having the proper strategy per channel, per market, per the role, not overall strategy for traffic builders or overall strategy for Amazon. You have to diversify them. And then you need to understand which channels should give you some volume and which should be more profitable. Because maybe with Amazon, you will have really small profit, but the scale, the volume will be so high that it's good to go this way. And of course, the bottom line is that you should earn on those sales, not be losing on them. And this sounds quite obvious, but when you go into details, when you go into all these fees, all those costs, sometimes they are omitted, and then you are losing on every sale. Even if your revenue is good, you are not earning money. Okay, so now is the time for questions. If you have some questions, you can ask them on the chat. If you want to talk to us, you can scan scan this QR code, write on email, or write me on LinkedIn, and I will be happy to discuss. Once again, if you want some one-on-one with me about pricing strategy, feel free to write me here or on LinkedIn. We can discuss your store. We can go through some micro audit of your store. Exactly, as you can see here on the screen, there is a link for this. You can click and make some appointment. So let's wait if there are some questions. If not, thank you very much. I invite you for the another webinar that you also got here, a link. And have a nice evening.